Okay. Alright, fun facts about my Chevy S10. It's slow as shit. It has a 2.8 liter V6 with a single port injected carburetor system, which is pretty much it's an early form of fuel injection. I'm scared for any fueling issues that I will likely experience in my future, but it's a learning experience of a car. That's fine. For something this old, as long as you're willing to do the work, it is fairly DIY. For a car this old and this popular, anything I want to do will be a very heavily documented DIY procedure for it, so I have no worries. But yes, this 2.8 V6 only makes 120 horsepower and like 160 pound-feet of torque, but it does make that torque pretty low, which makes it kind of fun, honestly. And it doesn't weigh that much. Off the top of my head, I don't know how much it weighs, but I think it's under 4,000 pounds. I think it's like 3,700 pounds, something like that. The drivetrain that's in it right now is pretty much similar to a V6 Firebird or Camaro, which is cool, I guess. With this being a old Chevy truck, I'm also debating on, of course, small block Chevy swapping it, which would be fairly easy, honestly. But I would also have to get a trans with that, which isn't the worst in the world. But since I'm not 1,000% in love with this truck, I definitely want to keep things on the cheaper end, because we all know mods don't technically add value. They do a little bit, but not as much as you put in. I want to keep the amount that I'm putting in low. So when things are all said and done and I do finally decide to sell this truck, I can kind of maximize my return. So with that being said, I don't necessarily want to do a small block Chevy, but I do at the same time, because that would be cool as fuck and it'd be fun. And it'd make it so easy to drift, and I'm gonna convince myself. But my other options would be to swap in the 4.3, which also came in these, which is a overall better motor. It will give me better gas mileage, and I would get a bunch more horsepower. I think those have like 200 horsepower and 200 torque or something like that. Another thing I could do is swap in the 3.4 liter V6, which is essentially the same thing as this, just floored out and everything. Those came in Firebirds and Camaros. I think those make like 160 horsepower, which would be a pretty big increase. So yeah, let me know your thoughts. What should I do? Maybe I'll take a suggestion from the comments. I don't know. It's been anything but a Miata, and we're out. Kind of like that. I don't know. What y'all think?